It's 11 at night. You're getting into bed. The lights are off. And from somewhere down the hallway, you hear it. The soft thud of paws hitting the floor. Your cat, who spent the entire evening on the top of the refrigerator pretending you didn't exist, has suddenly decided that the one place it needs to be is next to you in bed. It jumps up, it circles, it kneads the blanket for 45 seconds like it's performing some ancient ritual. And then it settles against your leg, or on your chest, or wedged between your arm and your ribcage, in a position that shouldn't be comfortable for either of you. If you get up, it waits. If you close the door, it sits on the other side and meows until the situation is corrected. Most people explain this in one word: cuddles, maybe warmth, maybe habit, but behavioral science tells a completely different story. And it starts with a problem most cat owners don't even know exists. Your cat is cold, not shivering, not in danger, but chronically, low-grade uncomfortable in a way you've never detected. The domestic cat evolved from the African wildcat, a desert species adapted to arid heat, and it brought that thermal biology into your living room. A cat's thermoneutral zone, the range where its body doesn't need to spend energy warming up or cooling down, sits between 86 and 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The National Research Council established these numbers. Your house is probably set to about 70. That's 20 degrees below the bottom of your cat's comfort zone. The equivalent of you living in a room kept at 50 degrees. Not dangerous, but not comfortable all day, every day. At night, it gets worse. The heating drops. The house cools further, and your body, under a blanket, radiates 98.6 degrees of continuous heat. You are the warmest thing in your cat's entire environment. So, yes, part of this is temperature. But if that were the whole story, your cat would sleep on the radiator, on the laptop charger, on the warm laundry pile. Warmth is available. Your cat has options. It's choosing you, which means something else is happening. In 2019, Kristen Vitale and Monique Udell at Oregon State University published one of the most important studies in feline behavioral science. They adapted the secure base test, derived from the same attachment protocol used with human infants, for cats. Cat and owner placed in an unfamiliar room. Owner leaves for 2 minutes. Owner returns. Of 108 cats tested, 64% were classified as securely attached. When the owner left, the cats showed distress. When the owner returned, they calmed down and resumed exploring, checking in periodically. Same pattern, same proportions as human infants and dogs. Now here's why that matters for the cat on your bed at 11 o'clock. Attachment theory, as Bowlby and Ainsworth originally described it, is fundamentally about what happens during vulnerability. An attached infant seeks its caregiver most intensely, not during play or feeding, but during the transition into sleep, when consciousness fades and the defenses drop. Sleep is the most vulnerable state any animal can be in. Your cat's wild ancestor sleeps hidden, elevated, defensible. Every instinct says, find somewhere concealed and safe. And instead, your cat walks past every quiet corner in your home and lies down next to you. That's not cute behavior. That's the behavioral signature of secure attachment expressed at the moment of maximum vulnerability. Your cat is telling you that you are the safest thing in its world, and the bond is specific. In 2022, Charlotte de Mouzon at Université Paris-Nanterre found that cats don't just recognize their owner's voice. They distinguish between their owner speaking to them versus speaking to someone else. A stranger calling them by name got almost no reaction. Their owner, using cat-directed speech, triggered immediate alertness, ears forward, pupils dilating. Your cat hasn't bonded with humans. It has bonded with you, your voice, your scent, your pattern. And at night, when the social performance of daytime independence drops away and the animal brain takes over, the truth comes out. Your cat walks through the dark to wherever you are. There's a detail from colony research that puts this into sharper focus. In feral cat populations, social sleeping, physical contact during rest, is observed only between cats with strong affiliative bonds, the ones that groom each other, rub against each other, share food. Sleeping in contact is reserved for the inner circle. It is not given freely. If your cat sleeps pressed against your body, it has extended to you a privilege it would give to perhaps one or two other cats in an entire colony. You've been admitted to the smallest, most exclusive social circle a cat is capable of forming. Now here's something that mirrors a finding from dog research almost exactly. A 2018 survey of 962 women published in Anthropos found that cats who slept in their owner's bed were rated as equally disruptive as human bed partners. Cats move, they reposition, they cycle between light and deep sleep faster than we do, and yet the owners kept sleeping with them. Not because they didn't notice the disruption, because the emotional benefit outweighed it. The same pattern the Mayo Clinic found with dogs. Objective sleep quality decreased, but owners reported feeling more secure and more rested with the animal present. There's a reason this keeps showing up across species. Humans evolved sleeping in groups. The isolated solo bedroom is a modern invention. For most of human history, sleeping near other warm, breathing bodies was the norm. Your cat might be waking you up, but it might also be restoring a pattern of co-sleeping that your nervous system was built to expect. There's one last thing I need to tell you, and it might be the most important part of this video. If your cat has been sleeping beside you for months or years, and one day it stops, don't brush it off. Cats are creatures of deep routine. When a behavior this embedded disappears overnight, there's always a reason. Sometimes it's environmental. A new pet, a schedule change, something that feels minor to you, but registers as seismic to your cat. But sometimes it's physical. Veterinary behaviorists have identified changes in sleep location as among the earliest behavioral indicators of pain. A cat that stops jumping onto the bed may not have lost interest in you. That may be experiencing joint pain or arthritis that hasn't produced a visible limp yet. The behavioral change arrives before the physical symptoms. And in older cats, disrupted sleep patterns or increased nighttime vocalization can be an early sign of feline cognitive dysfunction, the cat equivalent of dementia. Owners who catch the change early have more options. Your cat can't tell you something is wrong, but it can change the pattern. And the pattern, the nightly walk down the hallway, the jump onto the bed, the same position against the same person, is one of the most reliable baselines you have. Pay attention to it. So the next time you're lying in bed at midnight with a cat pinning your arm at an angle that will definitely cause numbness by morning, remember what's actually happening. Your cat chose you, not the radiator, not the windowsill, not the laundry pile. You. Because a solitary desert predator carrying the thermal biology of the Sahara and an attachment system that mirrors a human infant's, decided that sleeping beside you is the safest, warmest, most important place in its world. And the science says you might be getting something from it too. If this changed how you see your cat tonight, subscribe. Leave a comment. Where does your cat sleep and what time does it show up? And if you want to know what science says about why cats purr and what that sound is actually doing to your body, that's the next video. And it's stranger than you think.